Honestly, I'm not. No, she's found some really nice wax and she's just manhandling it, bringing it in now.
Oh my gosh! Look what I've got!
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful teal colour. It's lovely.
Now, nearly there. Oh my god! I can't
No, you
lift it.
can't
I
lift
lift
it.
it. It's too
So
heavy. Over the, whoops! Over the wires we go.
There we
Right.
go. Here she is.
Morning, everyone. Right, I don't know if you can hear me or not because my microphone was there. There you go, Jane. Hug that for a second for me. Right. Oh, there we go. My microphone had a red button on it. Now it's got a green light, so
well,
hopefully
that's
that
good.
means
It's hopefully you're
you can hear me.
louder.
Yesterday we did do bundles of wax. Yes, we did. And they sold out.
Funnily enough.
Yes.
Because it's gorgeous at a fabulous price.
As did the colourway of this that we had cut by the metre.
Yes.
Now, I can't remember what it was called now. I did send it to Gemma yesterday.
Was it Heather or something?
No. Crazy loud now, Tash.
Crazy loud.
Oh dear.
Make me sound quiet.
Oh no.
Because I'm quiet anyway.
They can't have both. Right. Okay. I'll just be quiet. I think I was shouting because I was
over there.
Yeah, and I didn't think my mic was working. So good morning. This is a shade deeper, but I can't remember what it was called. Sent it to Gemma because it's one. It's probably the same lot, but
yes.
just a different dye.
Yes, because it was just a fraction, wasn't it?
It's a fraction
darker.
deeper.
Yeah.
Now, did I put it up on Facebook? I've put it somewhere, Jane, and I will find it.
I remember seeing it. Was it on the Make It Monday page?
I don't know, maybe. But I
or
did.
Team Makes
Oh,
page.
look, see, Jem will tell me.
She'll know.
Deep mineral green. So we
mineral,
have mineral
that's
green.
it, yeah.
And the only reason that we've called it deep mineral green, it is one shade, and that's in bad lighting.
Yeah.
Slightly darker. I think it's exquisite. This is, I mean, it's
hardly different.
That's the shade that I made it from yesterday. There is a slight difference.
There is.
So I didn't want you buying another metre, say, of this, and it being a different colour,
Yes, if
and
you were
then
going
you
to
being
match
upset.
it, yeah.
I have, don't know how many metres we've got left of it.
It says 50 on the label, but I think some of it's gone, hasn't it?
Yeah, so I would probably say about between 35 and 40 metres left after yesterday. This is cut to order. So the reason I mention this today is that if you bought a half metre yesterday from our bundle and you want to top up, this is all I have of this. That's it. So I had the small roll that we had yesterday that we put into bundles. That's almost the same colour.
Yeah.
And then I've got this one. It does not give me a lot of information. I am assuming that is a Bonneville wax.
It feels waxy. That's technical.
But it doesn't feel necessarily as waxy. So
no, it doesn't.
I think it's a Bonneville, but there we go.
There's no information on the bolt.
All we know is that it's a
So
Barber
helpful.
wax.
Yes.
Which type, not quite sure. But this is available cut to order. So if you want
It's
this
probably
colour,
quite a lightweight, isn't it, one? Because it's quite... It's not,
that's
it's
a
not
6
a
ounce.
heavy, yeah.
That's a 6 ounce one. So Jane and I were saying, a few months ago we didn't know about waxes, and now we're like, that's a 6 ounce, that's a 4 ounce, that one's an 8 ounce. And it's amazing how fast you learn, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So this is absolutely stunning. It is all that I have left. Imagine that with a lovely calico lining for those bags.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. Or if you bought the ripstop, the deep sea ripstop, Jane.
Yeah. Just looking at this twinkle.
We have got so many deals and bargains for you on today's show, plus brand new fabrics, plus a bundle of all the goodies in all the world. But I did just want to give you a heads up on there. Oh, actually, Jane, look, this one as well.
Yes, because it's got that lovely teal colour in it. Oh, that's pretty.
That's very pretty. These are buy one, get one free.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. Could Gemma and I remember the name of that? I sat in my car for, I kid you not, for half an hour scrolling through every single Andover Macau fabric we have ever had, trying to find what this was called. Ironically, it's called At Day's End, which is what it nearly was by the time that Gemma and I actually found it.
You managed. It's very
I'm going to
heavy.
pop it there.
Yes, it'll be fine.
Oh, you know what else it goes with?
Oh, yes.
Look at that.
That's nice.
This was one of the Art Gallery fabrics that we had. AGF, Art Gallery fabrics. Art Gallery fabrics. Sounds weird.
It does.
That we had yesterday. Josh has just bagsed that.
I can imagine.
I went, oh, look what else I've got coming up.
That glasses case is brilliant.
Case. That I don't know when to do that actually. We'll see.
It's a nice little quick make by the looks of it.
It's a no-sew make, Jane.
Oh, fabulous.
We like a no-sew make, but yours is not a no-sew make. Today we are making this for all your sewing requirements.
It's a pincushion, and most people think pincushions are small,
No,
don't they?
not in your world, Jane.
No, I like a big pincushion.
Do you know what this reminded me of the other day? The other day I was so tired I actually fell asleep at the table.
Oh, gosh.
I'd have had that.
Oh, little head pillow.
I reminded myself of Emily when she'd eaten too much curry as a kid. Because she would always have the naan breads
Yes,
and
she's
the
a carb
poppadoms
queen, yeah.
and the rice and everything, and then she'd just fall asleep in like a carb coma, and just I was like that on the table.
Children do that though, don't they? They just fall asleep where they are.
And me. Apparently, I don't
Easily
wake
done.
up, okay.
Easily done.
But yeah, I could have done with this. So if you're pulling a late night to finish off your
It's a lovely pillow. Maybe take the pins out of the top first.
Yes, do that. So we're going to make this today. We have got some beautiful bundles. I love that we've got a little rainbow going on here. Let me see if I can get that up on the screen.
Let's go all overhead.
For anybody that's new, by the way, hello, I'm Natasha, this is Jane, this is Natasha Makes, and we need to turn that light on, Jane.
Need the big light on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. We're all bright now. You can see.
And the other thing is, you can find all of these products at natashamakes.com. Natasha makes.
I heard you telling somebody your email the other day, and they couldn't get that makes bit. That was like really weird.
Going, I make things for a living. Makes. She also couldn't spell Natasha, which that bit I get.
No, yeah, okay.
But makes. She'd also misspelt my surname when I'd seen her earlier.
Yes.
And I'd had to explain that it's illiterate Irish, which is why there's no H. Anyway, we got there.
Yes.
Eventually.
We'll get there in the end.
Possibly. Lovely. Okay, this is what we're making today. A little bit of EPP, English paper piecing, for anybody that doesn't know what that is. But this is not on a grand scale, is it?
No. And I've done mine by hand, and I'm going to show you how to do it by hand. But you can equally do it on your machine if you really don't like hand sewing. And there are people among us that don't.
When I need something doing quickly, I'm going to be really honest, Jane, I will just zigzag that.
Yeah. There is a button on some people's machine that's called a blind hemming stitch, which works similarly, but it does a few straight stitches and a little zigzag.
Oh, perfect.
And a few straight and a zigzag. So that's even less obvious.
Now, if you're making this, you're going to need goodies to put around the edge. We have got for you, it's knowing where to start today, Jane.
There's so many lovely things.
This is ridiculous, because this should be about 30 odd quid. However,
You've done a nice little deal, haven't you?
I've taken £10 off because it's
Wow.
Tuesday. You have got, does the colour vary on the thread?
No, they're all pink at the moment. If we have to make more, then maybe.
I can't make any more.
No. I didn't think you could.
No, I can't. This is it. So I've only got 7 of these, and that is it. In your bundle, you have got, someone asked me last week, Jane, for some quilters clips. Tick.
It's 50
of them.
there.
50 in there. This is our basting glue stick. You can use this to baste your zips. You can use it for your EPP. You can use it all over the place. That should be nearly £10 on its own, Jane.
Amazing.
So already you've got about £18 worth of value there.
Absolutely, yeah.
I love that these are coming in purple. I have restocked these, by the way, if you need. These are your silicone sewing machine cleaning brushes. They are absolutely fabulous. They get in all the little nooks and cranny bits. I'm quite sure that some people are using these for makeup brushes as well, Jane, but who's to judge?
Nobody's going to tell on you.
They're going to get in to all those little nooks and crannies, and then you can just wash them clean.
Yeah, they come clean really
Perfect. Perfect. In they go. We've got a needle threader.
nicely. Handy.
I saw
All
somewhere,
sizes.
yeah, somewhere that said, this is the best needle threader you'll ever get.
It works on your machine as well, so you can just put through your needle in your machine. A little gift.
Yeah, I don't think I've even charged for that. In that goes. We have also got a couple of the lovely suede handmade with love. Ooh.
Would look nice on there, wouldn't it? Nice little, if you're going to gift it to somebody. Just to yourself.
Just to yourself. Just remind yourself that you did it with love.
Yes. And not tears and red wine.
No. Handy pokey tool.
Nice.
These are great. This is 1/4 inch.
That's a good guide.
1/4 inch square, so that if you're ever worried about if you've got a 1/4 inch going on, it's that. Pokey bits.
Needle threader for like elastic and stuff like that. If you're
So you can use it like a bodkin, can't you?
Absolutely.
It's really handy.
Just
we like.
handy.
That's going in there. Colour may vary. White pencil marking tool, dressmaking pencil, but actually we use it on everything.
We do.
In it goes. Needles,
Yeah.
because
Nice
you need them.
large-eyed one, and then 3 small, nice ones.
Size
Just the right
10s.
size for your EPP.
There was method in our madness, Jane, and then some thread. Metla thread, which
Metla
is
cotton
Jane's.
thread, my favouriteest.
There you go. Which is why Jane put it in there. I have got 7 of those. That's it. $19.99. A nice little bundle.
It is, and if you were making the pincushion for somebody that's just starting out on their sewing,
lovely.
that's a lovely little kit to give with it
Yes.
as well.
Now, we've got bundles to make this.
We have.
However,
These are gorgeous
Janie O.
fabrics. I've only just seen these, they're lovely.
I thought you saw them.
No, I wasn't here when the AJF fabric came in.
This is your So Obsessed fabric, So Essentials. This is at a ½ metre heaven price. We've done it with blush,
Beautiful.
because you've got all sorts of pinks going on in there.
It's lovely. It's pretty. But
It's very pretty,
beamed.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So you've got all your little bits and bobs. So you might want to make this out of that, and then have that going. Just
Yeah.
it's a thought, isn't it, Jane?
It's always a thought. It's a nice fabric, that is. That would make a lovely pincushion.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now, from the same department, art gallery fabrics. I am obsessed that you all try at least a little bit of art gallery fabrics, because their logo, feel the difference, their motto is so true.
Look at this, the thimbles.
So you've got your feminine form, which is rather gorgeous, and then you've got your thimbles going on there. So we're getting involved there, aren't we?
Yeah.
This is from the same collection. So you've got the same colours going through there, and if you bought that, you see it goes with that one there, doesn't it, as well?
Yes, it does.
So it's all much of a...
Cameron, if you're watching, but you'd usually go shopping on a Tuesday, I can
she'll
see
be
a
in
dress.
Morrison's.
See you with a
I
dress.
could see a dress in
Yes,
that, actually
absolutely.
trimmed with a bit of that,
Yes.
or a bit of that.
Absolutely.
Now, last new one to show you. Let It Sew.
I
Classic.
love that.
Isn't it beautiful?
But I love this one even more.
Now bear in mind that you have got in this fabric over here, Jane, you have got these little scissors in there. But you've got them in different colourway.
There's a little bit of the bronzy colour on there.
These are the stalk scissors.
Yeah.
Remember
Everybody's
why
got
they
a
were
pair.
called stalk scissors?
They were midwife scissors, aren't they?
Yeah, they
for
used to
cutting
cut
the
the
cord.
umbilical cord
Yeah.
with them. And now we use them, and we don't do that with them.
No. They're
I
nice,
don't think.
sharp points, particularly for your hand sewing. Lovely.
But I just thought those two together look lovely. But with the pinks,
They're
Genial,
gorgeous.
the
It all goes
pinks.
beautifully together. It's
Now,
a lovely collection.
these should have been over £16, these bundles.
Yeah. You did an amazing deal on them.
£10.99.
What?
½ metre heaven price here.
Yeah.
£10.99 for those double designers.
Nice.
Just saying.
Grab the lot. That's what I say.
I mean,
Be rude not to.
You'd have 3 meters of very beautiful fabric, all working very gorgeously together.
Yeah.
I did tell you we had bargains today, did I not? Did I not? Did I not?
She doesn't lie.
I do not, Jane.
This lady don't lie.
I do not lie. Right. Yesterday, Jane, I made a poo bag holder. And I have to apologise to you all because I didn't load these. I teased you all with them.
Oh, the spring clips.
Yeah. So they go like that. I've done them in pairs, 1 gold, 1 silver
Nice.
colour. They're not
Yes.
obviously
No.
solid.
Gold coloured.
No, gold coloured. So yeah, if you'd like those, grab them.
Well, they're really handy, aren't they? You could use those for all sorts of things. Your bag making and everything.
Yes, you see your bag making.
Look at that. That's so easy just to clip on. Nice.
You see, I was thinking about this, and you'll have to watch your Friday deals for this because I'm still working it out in my head. Because you know we've got these in D-ring form,
Yes.
and we've got the screw-in and screw-outable D-rings for
Yes,
bag making.
yeah.
I suddenly thought because, and you just have to tell me, pop it in the comments if you think that this is a thing that would help you. It's going to help me, so I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But you know.
Well, we tend to do that, don't we? If we think it's useful, we put it out for you.
Case in point, right? The bum bags that we made, the crossbody bum bags.
Yes.
Right? The D-rings that I put in those means that I can't change out because we've got lots of beautiful, beautiful straps now, haven't we?
Yes, absolutely.
And
Gorgeous.
especially this Friday deals, you want to look at all the beautiful, beautiful straps we've got. But I want the metalwork to match colour-wise.
Yes, I can understand that.
So, what I thought was, if I do my D-rings so that they can be interchangeable with bags,
That's a nice
interchange the colour of your D-rings, and then you can change your strap accordingly. I thought that would be handy.
I think they would. Yes.
It just made sense to me. It means it's cost effective.
Yes. And it makes a bag even more useful because you can match it to your outfit.
And it means that you don't have to make lots of them.
Yes.
You can just go...
Change your straps.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was my thinking on the matter.
That's
Up
a
here
good
for thinking,
thought.
Jane.
Good
Down
thought.
there for dancing. Right, let me show you. I promised you a bog off.
We'll have a good bog off.
We do love a good bog off. Shall I show
Can
you
you
the
just
bog
put those
offs?
behind?
Fat quarter bundle bog offs. Now, SJ assures me that when you get to checkout, this will magically happen. Now, you have got a choice of the pinks. This is At Day's End by Sarah J.
There's a lovely sort of 70s vibe to this, I think.
Yeah.
We love that paisley.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And then there's a blue. So there's like a tealy, a pinky peachy colour, and a bluey purpley colour. And you can bog off on that.
Yeah.
But it's not just those that we're bogging off with, Jane.
Cool.
Because then we also have these. These are rather fabulous.
Yes.
Are my scarves made out of these?
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, infinity scarves galore.
A galore. And these are by...
Is it
Oh, come
Sarah
on.
J?
La,
No,
la, 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 la,
this is
la,
Birdie.
la, la, la. Birdie by... oh, come on, she did that skull. What's her name?
Oh.
I know, right?
Oh, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Is there anything on the salvage?
Oh, come on.
No.
What's her name? What is her name?
It'll come to you. You'll be
I
like
know.
halfway through something else and you'll go, ta-da!
You see, I'm busy thinking Barry J because we've got Art Gallery Fabric. Gemma's message, she'll know.
Libs Elliott. Just seen the salvage as she said it. Libs Elliott.
I said skulls. We all know. So, yeah, you can bog off on any of these. That one, that one, that one, that one, or that one. When they're gone, they're gone. That's it. Can't do anything else about it, Jane.
No.
That's it.
But they're lovely fabrics and they're great for linings, that project.
All the projects and all that, Jane.
Infinity scarves. We love them. Love them.
So, you can bog off there. Right. Buy one, get one £10.
No.
Half metre bundles. Just to remind you what we have left here. Now,
It's a lovely twinkle.
this is by Adidas Sitar, and you get, they're kind of in colour families. So you've got your darks here, which would go, Jane!
Looks fabulous with that. Yes, it does.
Would just be rude not to. We used these in the crossbody bag,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Yes.
And I wear mine everywhere. I'm a little bit obsessed. I was down the beach with it. And that, you see, that's where I changed my...
Straps.
Because I did one in teal, but I changed the straps out.
It's a nice idea.
Yeah.
It is.
This, actually, would this work as well, Jane?
Yes, I think it would.
Yes, it would. So, let me tell you what colours we have got. So, we've got the darks. You've got 2 metres of fabric in here. Designer
Yeah.
by Adidas
You
Sitar.
can't really see it on here. It's got a little tiny colour, self-colouring
Here we go.
star.
There we go. Let me pop that by my shoulder there so that you
There
can
you go.
possibly see. There
Yeah.
you go. Tiny, tiny, tiny stars.
Hence the twinkle.
Yeah. 4 half metres in there. Buy one for $29.99 and get a second packet for £10.
That's the purples. I love those colours in there.
Aren't they gorgeous?
They're beautiful.
These are autumn. See, they cross over into the purples a little bit. They're rather lovely. But again, we've only got a handful of these left, Jane.
That's reds.
These are your reds.
And those
And
are your
these are your
darks.
I really need to brush my hair this morning, Jane. I've just noticed that. I'm a bit of a mess. There we go. I don't know where this morning went, Jane.
It just flies by in this place.
That's a bit, doesn't it?
Because we come here quite early, don't we?
Yeah. And then at 8:10, I was like, are my children actually awake?
They've gone back to sleep, haven't they?
Everyone had gone back to sleep. They'd all gone back to sleep. My entire household was sleeping. What is happening here? Right.
These are the lovely kits.
Today's kits. Jane, if I am buying any of these and I want to make any of them with it, do we have a template of this drawn on there so that we can always do it?
We
out of
will
paper?
have. I just would like you to scan it in, please, so that Gemma can add it to the
Yes,
pattern.
I can do that for you.
Thank you.
Just for you. These all have a Liberty focal piece. Let's talk about this one, Jane.
Yeah, I know. Makes you sad. I know. But it's not a lot. There's only 5 kits of that one.
I don't care, it's my favourite. And Jane said, can I use this one? And she just looked at my face, she said, you don't actually want anyone to buy that because that's your favourite. I'm like, how did you notice? Is the fact I haven't put it in any other kits, Jane, that gave that one away.
Yeah.
And it's only anyone that sees it by the metre or half metre that's managed to buy it, because I'm like, no.
It's
Look, see,
mine.
nobody wanted it, so it's all mine.
Mine.
I've got that in a red as well.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, which
It's
is...
the Emily Bell, and it's just... You did Emily's quilt in this, didn't
Yeah.
you? Her reversible quilt, and it's just so pretty.
And there's, I've got a couple of metres of the red that's stashed away.
Red.
And every now and then you guys find it and go, we're using this for half metre heavens. I'm like, no, get off.
It's mine. One of the perks of having your own business.
I know, right?
You've got to have some, because it's
know.
hard work having your own business.
I know, right? Jane, tell me what's in these.
You have got 6 fat 8s, which
Okay.
is a 10-inch by 21-ish inch piece.
So it's half a fat quarter.
Yeah,
There you go.
half a long quarter. Half a long quarter, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And a long quarter of the Liberty, so
Because that's going to wrap
generous
around.
piece, yeah. And then there's a half-metre piece of our natural seeded. Because I think
Nice.
the natural seeded looks lovely with the Liberty.
It really does. So you've got this kind of ombre rainbow situation going on. And we've picked out the colours that are within the Liberty.
Yeah,
So you've got a rainbowy one there.
we've called that one Brights.
Okay, we've got a
Because
bright one
the
there.
Liberty's called Bright, I think, the colourway.
And then here, oh, we've got a glittery one in
Yeah,
here,
there's a bit of
Jane.
sparkle blender in there.
Nice. Very, very nice.
Some linen texture and the beautiful Emily Bell.
Oh, that's rather lovely. You can ombre your blues and greys everywhere.
Yeah, that's really
Gorgeous.
pretty. I'm going to demo with, not with the Emily Bell, but with this one.
are you? So it's
Because
this
there's
is
the
same
blues,
kit,
it's the
but
same,
just
different Liberty.
Taking liberties with the
Yeah.
Liberty, Jane.
It's just because there wasn't much of this one. And we got
No,
quite
there
a lot
really
of
wasn't
the,
much
no.
of that. So again, same blues, but here you go, a little pop of red.
Yes.
It's rather lovely, and you've got lots of different textures that make it interesting. That's what making sewing is interesting.
Yeah, there's lots of different patterns and textures
But
there.
if you're a pinky girl,
There's a lovely pink selection, pink reds. We called this red actually, which probably is misleading because there's only really one red in it, but
well, yeah, but there's a bit of red in there,
there's the red in the Piccadilly poppies.
which is your Liberty. So, you know, posh pincushion.
Yeah,
going on
absolutely.
there, Jane.
Really pretty. And you're not going to use very much of these fabrics.
No, you're not.
No, you'll have quite a bit left over. So
Is that stash fodder?
yeah,
Okay. We like a bit of stash fodder. Jen, I'm going to get out your way.
lovely.
I'm
And you
gonna
get your
let
hexiforms as well. There's 7 jewels in here. You do need a hexagon, and I'm going to show you how to make the hexagon from one of the jewel
Oh, that's amazing.
templates. So, but you'll have templates in the pattern, so you can cut them from card, paper. If you've got some of your Christmas cards left over, they make great cutting templates for your
Yes.
EPP.
They really do, don't they?
The beauty of hexiforms is you don't have to take them out, so they
No.
stay in. They give it a little bit of a cushioning, so it's a little bit textured.
Nice.
Gives it a nice feel to it. It's very straightforward. You can make this in a day, I would say. And I think once you've made one, you'll want to make more, and you'll make one for all your sewing friends because they're really handy. Having the pockets in the side to keep all your bits in. You go to a workshop and you take that with you,
You can
in
sleep
your bag.
on it on the train.
Yeah. Workshops. You're going to say? You're going to tell everybody?
Yeah, I am, and I need to give a link. Jane and I are running a workshop now. We promised you we were going to do a weekend workshop, a full weekend workshop.
We really wanted to do a retreat, didn't we? But
We did.
circumstances and dates and everything else
No, I
just
tell you what
haven't
it was,
fallen
Jane.
in line.
More than that, it was that I promised to bring it in at about £500.
Yeah.
And this year, the hotel that we were going to use threw their prices up exponentially. And I can't... I mean, it's a beautiful hotel.
It's gorgeous.
And it would have been beautiful. But until they're a little bit more realistic on their prices, it's not going to happen. So what we're doing is a day retreat. Me and Jane.
Just me
There
and
are only 28 places. That's it. Where is it, Jane?
It's Hawks Yard something.
It's a beautiful private house.
It is. It's
Near you.
Armitage, Tamworth Way.
Yeah, so it's sort of as Middle England as we could get.
The thing is, it's got good, what's the word? Traffic routes to it.
It's about 15 minutes from the NEC.
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes from the NEC. So yes, we'll shout about all of that another time. But just to tell you, a day with me and Jane. There are hotels close by if you want to stay either side, like literally 0.3 of a mile down the road.
Yeah.
And it's £199 for a full. That's everything. That's your food. That's all of your equipment. Bring your own sewing machine. That's the only thing I would say.
Yeah.
Because trying to spend your time trying to work out somebody else's machine is just no fun for anybody.
No.
Yes.
And there'll be people to help lift your machine into the venue as well.
Me.
Yeah.
I would
and
happily
me.
do that.
I'll be.
Yeah.
We'll be portering.
So we shall put our porter's caps on. Sarah W is here, morning Natasha and Jane. Cynthia's here, greetings. W should die. The pincushion is like a no-cal birthday cake. You should put the age on top for a birthday gift.
You could do that, yeah. You could do that.
Yes. And Blodwin's joined us as well. A little bit late, but it's all good. We are loving that suggestion. And then very quickly, just to check in with our little Facebookers all over the place, let's check that everyone is okay there, because they're chatting away, Jane. Chat.
It's lovely. It's
Nikki's
lovely
here,
the way
Cindy's
everybody
here.
says hello to each other.
Carrie's here. I use the blanket stitch on my machine in a contrast thread to attach and make a feature. Perfect.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Rebecca's here. Anne's here. Had to clean out my machine last night. Used the original kit Natasha sewed. Did a brilliant job. You don't realise how much fluff it generates when you sew. No. Do you remember when my machine started playing up?
Yes.
Do you know what it was?
Fluff, probably.
It was
Bits of
fluff
thread.
caught between the feed dogs, which I hadn't even thought. I
Yes.
clean everywhere else.
I love going between the feed dogs because it's like little bits of felt.
Well,
So
that's
sad.
exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is.
So sad.
Julia's here. Sophie's here. Good morning. Joe's here. Happy Christmas. Me. Voucher used. Nice pincushion pillow coming my way. Sue's here. Morning all. Hope you're well. She's still missing Gemma. La, 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 la.
We're all missing Gemma. La 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 la.
Yeah. Jude is here. Jane, can you please say Piccadilly Poppies again? Love your
Piccadilly
accent.
poppies. Piccadilly poppies.
Piccadilly Poppies. Anne's here and your mum's here.
Hi, Mum.
You didn't say the date of the sewing day. No.
29th of March.
But you can't book it through us, Kate, so you've got to... Oh, you'd be able to get a lift.
Yeah. You have to come early and help Porter, but you'll be fine.
Yeah. Let me see. We'll have to get all of those details for you because I tell you the person who's organising it for us, because if I tried to suggest this to anybody on our team, I think...
They might just leave.
Yeah, because their plates are full enough anyway.
They've got a heavy workload, yes.
Yeah. So I didn't. Adam from Create and Craft, one of the presenters at Create and Craft, Adam Humphreys,
Yes.
this is what he is doing now. He is organising
Oh, a lovely, brilliant idea.
these fantastic retreats and events. He's organised Debbie Shaw's, he's organised all sorts of people's. So we are in good company there. He will be there.
Yeah, lovely.
He will be there too. He's lots of fun. So there we go.
Nice.
Nikki wants to book her place now. I will pop the link for that when I find it in a second. But Jane, you need to get sewing.
I need to crack on.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Right. Let's talk about the EPP
Go on then. The EPP in the room.
in the room. Yeah. As I said, you're going to get 7 of your jewels in with your fabric kit. One of them you need to make into a hexagon. So you take 2 of the jewels and you line up the short hexagon shaped sides so they're sitting on top of each other, and with your pen you'll just mark the one side like so that it becomes a hexagon, and you will just snip that little triangle off. You may find a use for that little triangle. I very much doubt it, but if you want to keep it, that's up to you and nobody will know. That's your hexagon for your centre, which you will cut from your Liberty if you are using Liberty. You may want to keep your Liberty and use something else for the centre in your pocket. That's up to you.
Oh, Jane.
Again, nobody's going to know.
Our retreat has come down to 175. Adam,
Oh.
Yeah, Adam hasn't... We discussed the price, and then Adam's changed it.
Oh,
So that's all good.
that's good news.
Well, I wonder if he managed to get a better deal on the room.
It might have done.
Yeah,
He may
because
have
no
done.
one here is
I think
greedy.
because we're quite a close date, aren't we, March?
Yeah.
Doesn't give much time, and I think some people wanted longer, didn't they? But I think we can pull it together. This is my glue pen. This is my Soline glue pen. We do have Soline glue pens available. They come with a spare glue to once you've used it. It's got one in it, and once you've used it, you've got a spare one. They're so easy to change. You screw the top up until it won't go any further. You take that off. You take your cap off your refill. Click it in. Did you hear that click? And then you pull the top off, and then you screw it back down. You don't get gunky. You don't get glue everywhere. It's so easy to use. This is a yellow one. They all dry clear, so it doesn't really matter what colour it is. That also becomes a very handy, if you don't put the other bit in, handy needle case, because it's just the right size for holding needles in.
Nice.
You've got a fluffy side on your hexiform and a woven side. The fluffy side goes against the wrong side of your fabric. Just put a couple of blobs of glue on just to hold it. You want to make sure that you've got a good, generous 1/4 inch seam allowance around the edge of your fabric. Can you see? I've done one that I've covered and one that I've got ready to cover. You can use your rotary cutter and ruler to cut around, but it's quite easy to do it with scissors because you don't have to worry about being too accurate, as long as I say minimum 1/4 of an inch, generous if you can bear to cut into the fabrics. You can see I've cut my pocket and I've only cut 2 hexagons from that, so you do have a lot of your fabric left over. Simply put your glue on the woven side of your hexiform and bring the fabric over, working your way around. I always put a little bit of glue on the edge of the fabric where it folds over just to hold it flat. You're not pulling it too tight, but you're pulling it firmly around your shape, so that you've got the accuracy of the shape, because Susie goes to a lot of trouble to make sure that these are very accurate. You can do it by tacking them down if you don't want to use glue, but the glue makes it nice and quick and it's really good. Now with the jewel, you're going to do the same thing, but what I would suggest is you do your point bit first and you bring that point flat over the top, like so. Now you have to be careful that you don't pull it too tight and pull the point away. So you want to make sure that it's sitting just above the fold, sitting just above the point of your jewel. And then you do the same, just folding your fabrics around. It's nice having the luminosity of this yellow because you can really see where everything is. And as I say, you don't have to worry because it does dry. It does dry clear. Now with this, you want to pull that over and that will sit now more or less level with that edge on that side. We go close up, Tash, so that you can just see that.
Yes.
You
Yes.
just stand back slightly.
Bear with me, caller. I'm just putting up all the details for the thingy for everybody. There you go.
You can see if I just move this back again now, it dries quite quickly. So, but I brought the point down, and you can see I've used my nail to just crease that, so I can see the point of the actual jewel. And then when I bring that over, that's just going to sit. That fold sits level with the next edge, so that when you put your glue on.
Oh, no, you changed.
Sorry, I was going to, and then I thought, well, I can do it under here. You can bring that one over, and that gives you a nice, neat point there. Some of mine, because I was doing it quite quickly, I lost the point. I got quite a chunky point on it, but again, in the overall design, it's not too distracting.
Jen, I lose the point.
So there we are.
Regularly.
It's covered nicely. So, I thought I'd brought the thread in. Maybe I didn't.
Oh, is it pre-threaded?
Yes.
Is that the one I
Oh,
trod
it's
in?
here. No, it's here. I've got it.
Are you sure? Because I did tread in one.
You did tread on one, and that I thought I'd put that in the pincushion, and obviously as I put it in, it caught and came out again. You can use any thread that you like. The finer the thread, the better, and there are some threads out there that are called applique thread, and they're like an 80 weight thread, and they're really fine. And they really do disappear into your fabrics. I'm going to need to put my glasses on, I think, for this, because I can't see the hole in the needle. Use a needle threader in the pack.
Oh no, I've just sealed it.
Then
Sorry.
you sealed it, it's fine. No, it's fine. There we go. So don't have too long a thread. Elbow to the tip of your finger is usually the rule of thumb for that. Start with your hexagon, your middle one, and line up your hexagon end. They're the same size, or they should be. You can put a knot in your thread if you want to, but you don't need to. Just a couple. Should we go close up on this as well, Kath?
Yes. Yes, we can. There you go.
There we are. Just a couple of, leave a little, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch length of thread. Just a couple of stitches in the same place. Just to start off. You can, as I say, you can put a knot in if you want to. Then bring the next one, and you're going directly parallel, just catching, it's just the fold of the fabric really. If you're using papers, you'll be able to feel the paper underneath. You don't want to really sew into the paper. And then you can take that little thread, that little end, and you can catch that down. You don't have to take 2 small stitches really, but you don't want great big gaps in between. Just a parallel and then going across. Barbara Cheney, my teacher, who taught me a lot of hand sewing things, she used to be a judge for the Quilters Guild, and she said when people are judging hand stitched EPP, they expect to see the stitch on the front.
Well, how can you not?
I think some people feel that it's got to disappear. I mean, you don't want great big stitches, and obviously from a judging perspective, they'd want to see even stitching.
Yeah.
But as soon as we're not having this judge, I don't think we have to worry too much. So you've joined the middle to the jewel, then you take your next jewel. You can put these out on your desk and decide which sort of pattern you want to have. You might decide that you only want to use 2 colours and alternate them. You might decide that you want to have a plain in the middle and use your Liberty with one of the other colours. It's entirely up to you. And now we're going to go down that side one there. So we haven't undone our thread, and we're just taking that down. And again, at that join, you might want to just do a couple of stitches on the spot just to reinforce it a little bit. You sometimes find that your thread wants to wrap itself around the hexiform, but that's, again, it's not a huge problem. This is why you don't use too long a thread, really.
No. Guys, well done on getting these bog-offs. Lots of you doing really well on the bog-offs.
There's some real bargains there, and it's they're such useful little bits of fabric. Well, the 1/2 metre pieces, they're great pieces of fabric, but they're lovely fabrics to have in your stash, because these are great. The twinkle is great for linings and all sorts of plain,
and just as a standalone fabric for anything where you're going to have a little look close up, it's really, really beautiful. But every time I open up my crossbody bag,
it just gives you
brings
joy.
Me a little bit of joy. Yeah. And it really does.
Yeah, it's nice to use a nice fabric in your lining, because it brings you joy when you open your bag and it's all colourful. And then when you want to finish off, just again a couple of stitches on the spot. The last loop that you make, just put your needle through and bring it back, and you can do that a couple of times if you want to. And then just take your needle into what is essentially your seam. Just run it along the edge, pull it tight, and just snip that as close as you feel. That will be hidden behind. And then you go again. So you can fold this with the hexiforms. They fold nice and easily. You'll do along those 2 stitches, those 2 sides rather, sorry. And then you'll bring your next one in and you'll do that. So each time you're sewing along there and up the side, and that creates your flower.
I used to plan my journeys with these, which sounds ridiculous, but so that I didn't have to cut my thread very much.
No, sew as many sides as you can without having to cut your thread. It's sensible. It's a sensible thing to do, because why would you want to keep cutting your thread and having to start again? Not only is it wasteful of thread, but it's wasteful of your time. So you'll make your flower. You'll cut 2 circles, and I'm going to show you how to use the Fiskars circle cutter, but you will get a template that you can place on the fold of your fabric and cut around. You applique this onto the top of your circle. Now you fold your circle in half and into quarters, and you can line up your seams here and your points there on those creases, and that will make sure that you're central with your flower. Applique stitch, again, you don't have to do it by hand. You can use your button stitch, you can use as an applique stitch on some machines. It's like a blind hemming stitch, just a couple of straight stitches and then a little a little V stitch, and you can adjust the length of that stitch so it just literally catches the edge of your applique.
Jane, our bundle of bits, we're down to 3.
Oh wow,
So we've got
somebody's got some bargains there.
Yeah.
So again, it's stitch into the back from the back to the front, and you just take along the fold, and it's coming up onto that fold and going back virtually in the same place behind into the background fabric and then along. You don't have to do really tiny stitches in length. If you use the number 10 needle, that's just the right, it'll just give you that length of stitch. It's just holding it on to the top of the fabric. If you really didn't want to sew it at all, you could put a piece of bundle web, steamer seam on the back of and iron it down. You could machine it with a straight stitch along close to the edge, buttonhole stitch, zigzag, whatever you want to do. If you use a variegated thread, it can give it a really nice effect, add to the decorativeness of it. Take it into the point and just do a stitch on the point, coming up, doing one and then going back down again, and then just going along. On the back, if we can go close up, Tash, I don't know if we can see it, because I've used a grey thread to match, blend in with the fabrics. It sort of is a slightly sort of chevron on the back, sort of like a semi-zigzag, but you can see they're not small stitches, they're quite big. And it doesn't take long to go round and sew that on. I'll just finish this one side and then we can get on and make the actual body of the pincushion.
Jane, what are you making next week? Do you want to tell everyone?
We're going to do a Valentine's themed project, aren't we? Probably make it into a cushion, I think. Or you could use the block. It's a block, so
yeah,
you can use it in a quilt. A nice little technique. We have looked at it before, but we're going to revisit it.
It's a woven technique, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So next week is very, very clever. We like it. We like it a lot.
A bit of texture.
Yeah.
It's nice. And then when you've got back to the way you started, again, just do another couple of stitches on the spot. Take your thread to the back. Make a little loop in the backing. Put your needle through that loop. That makes a knot. And then just, again, run your thread between the applique and your backing fabric. Pull it tight. Snip the thread. And that gives you that lovely star effect on the top. I'm going to put that needle in there just so we don't lose it. Right. So you're going to need 2 circles, as I said. I'm going to show you how to use the Fiskars circle cutter, because I think some people previously, look, I scorched that. Did my spray starch and like put it on before it had soaked in, so it's scorched. So I won't use that side. You know when you do something and you're like, oh, what did I do that for?
Done it. I did it on air. I did it with somebody else's. Do you remember Alice Caroline?
Gosh, yes.
With her Liberty project. I scorched her Liberty project. She asked me to press something. That was all I had to do, Jane. I had one job.
One job.
I had one job and I messed it up.
The Fiskars circle cutter is great. It's got the seam allowance included in it. We're going with 8 just because that sits nicely with the size of the star that we've made. You've got your cutter here. It pops down. When you add pressure, it pops down to reveal the blade, but otherwise it's safety. There's no way you're going to cut yourself on that until you push it down. And you're not going to cut yourself then because it's guarded. You've got grooves that you follow. You want the size that you need. This is folded, so it's folded right sides, wrong side together, whichever way you want to do. Lining up that fold with that cross shape there. Place you'll feel it, the cutter sits in, you feel it click into there. Start on your mat, obviously, because the groove starts on the mat. And you don't have to turn yourself or anything, the cutter does it for you. So you just carry on, nice even pressure, follow it round. You can get replacement blades, so if your blade starts to wear out, you can replace it, and it's easy to replace, there's instructions, but that gives you a perfect circle every time. I love the Fiskars circle cutter, it's so quick and easy to use. And you can do everything from a 2-inch right up to a 10-inch circle, which, as I just said, that includes your seam allowance, which is always useful. So you're going to have your one circle with your applique on and your plain circle. If you were using a pattern fabric, you'd want to be having, you know, wrong side, right side, so you'd put your star on the right side. You're going to have a strip of fabric, all the measurements are in the pattern, of your background, plain fabric, and a strip of your Liberty. And you're going to fold the strip in half, long sides together, wrong sides together. And then you'll put that along the bottom of your strip. You can pin it in place. I tacked mine down. I just lengthened the stitch on my machine and just tacked it to the backing, just because it stops it moving and it makes life easier for everybody involved, which is you. Nobody else is involved, are they really, when you're making something? Know where that came from? So we'll just do that. We're going to sew along the edge, all the way along that long edge and up that short side there, just to hold it in place, so as close as you feel comfortable to the edge of your fabric.
Hey Jane, people are buying our workshop.
Oh, fabulous. We'll have to work out what we're going to do.
Yeah, we'll find something fabulous to do. Yeah, I've just had Gemma message me. She said, Annie G says she's coming.
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, it's going to be so lovely because we're actually going to meet people that we feel like we've known for all this time, but we don't actually know what they look like.
It's going to be lovely, isn't it?
It is. And I do enjoy live teaching. There's something more. I think it's because you get that little bit of interaction, bit of feedback.
Yes. Yes.
I know we get it through the messaging, but it's not quite
delayed,
the same.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam's just messaged me as well. He said, "Have you just mentioned it?" Yes. He said, "Oh, thank goodness for that." Because suddenly there's a flurry.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Because you're never really sure.
Well, this is just it, isn't it? I think
No,
that's
it's the
one of
first
things
time we've done it, and
that stopped us from doing it in the past. Like, would anybody come?
would anybody want to be there with us? So now we're going to make the pockets. Oh,
We will do when I change the screen, Jane. There you go.
I'm going to make the pockets. So you can decide how many pockets you want to have in it. In mine, I divided it in half. So I made a crease in the halfway part there, and then I did another one in quarters. But if you want to make smaller pockets, you can decide how you want to do them. I found the best thing to do is to actually start on the background fabric and just do a little reverse stitch. So just starting just above on the background, sew across the top of the pocket.
Oh, you want me to
Just
change
do a
angles again, don't you?
few reverse stitches back onto the background fabric and then back towards the bottom part. You can see there. And when you can you can take that top thread, you can pull it through. So if you take your pin and just grab the stitch. It's not going to do it now, is it? I'll do all of the others and it just comes straight through first time. It's not going to do it on this one. But you can pull it straight through. Or you can take it onto a needle and pull it through to the back. And then, let's just find that middle one again. Because of course, I joined my piece of fabric because I got a slightly shorter piece. But you'll get it from the long quarter, you'll get it all, the whole strip from yours. And I didn't reverse that piece of up there, so if you want to, if you've forgotten, you just go straight stitching like I just did. You can always go back up, just do a few stitches, reverse it, cut your thread. And then we'll do another one along there. This just holds, it also holds your fabric to your work while you're working. And as I say, you can make as many or as few pockets in it as you want to, really. It's completely up to you.
Jane, what level of make is this?
Easy, beginner.
Easy.
I mean, there'll be some people that go, oh my gosh, it's a curve, I don't know how to do the curves.
Slowly.
Yeah, take your time, because eventually it's just a straight. You're just sewing straight. You're going to take your fabric now, your strip that you've made, and you're just going to press over the one edge, just a generous quarter over.
And again, if you've got Jane's instructions,
The iron's on, but I can just give it with the...
Then your hand is held.
Well, this is it. We try and make them as beginner friendly as we can, don't we? We never assume that you know
Oh gosh, no.
stuff. So you've got that turned over by 1/4 of an inch there. Take your top if you want to. You could do it from the bottom first, but the top sits on the plain background fabric. You can start wherever you want to. Just pin it in place. You can pin it, clip it. You're just taking the edge of the fabric, of the strip, and you're pinning it to your curve. And you'll work your way round. And, I'd say use lots of pins. Use lots of clips. Don't be skimpy with them. And that way you've got plenty of scope to get your fabric attached. And if you just do it in little pieces at a time, an inch, inch and a half maybe, it feels like you're just putting straight fabric together.
Yes.
You don't feel like you're working on a curve. Sometimes it wants to move out the way, you just push it back up again, put the pin in. It's gone very quiet while we do this, concentration.
But it is just a series of straight lines. That's all you've got to
that's all you have to
remember.
think about, is just think, I'm just sewing a little bit of a straight bit together.
Sue would like to know, will the sewing day be suitable for a patchwork novice? It'll be suitable for a novice. We will make sure that you will be okay, because you'll have me and Jane.
Well, we're not going to make you do stuff that's really difficult, because we don't do stuff that's really difficult. And, we'll go at your pace. Everybody else will be happy to wait, and they'll be quite happy to see what everybody else is doing and chat amongst themselves while we catch up if you're a beginner. So don't worry. You'll find that most patchworker people, in fact I don't think I've ever met anybody that isn't, they're all very generous with their time and their knowledge, and they love to see what fabric everybody else has got. And we're all very envious usually about everybody else's project.
But you don't need to bring anything other than your machine with you.
No, because we're going to
That's
provide
the-
kits, aren't we?
We will provide kits for you, so there's nothing. Lo says, Jane, have you seen the sewing machine in front of you, just in case you didn't notice it was for sewing things together? She's not a fan of the hand sewing, is she?
No. I love hand sewing, and so any opportunity to do a little bit, I love it. but I do know that not everybody does.
Do you know where we're being viewed from today, Jane?
No, where we've been
From
viewed
floor
from.
27 of the Holiday Inn at Hua Hin, Thailand.
Oh, wow.
Laura's having a cocktail or two and watching us.
How lovely. And when you get back to the other end, you should have a little bit of an overlap. From where you folded it under, that 1/4 inch, you'll have a piece that comes over. And that's what you want. If it doesn't come over, you might need to look at it again and repin it. Then if you start where that overlap is, and just sew with your 1/4 inch all the way around. And it's a case of taking your time, and you'll feel like you are just sewing straight, because you're just doing a little bit at a time. You can adjust it, lay it flat, nice and steady, just going around and around. You'll do the top, and you'll do the same with the bottom. And what happens is you've got that top piece, you've got the side seam is open then, ready for you to stuff the cushion with. And I used your toy stuffing. I used a whole bag virtually. I think there was about a handful left. And looking at it now, I think I probably could have got that handful in. Yeah. I like it nice and firm really, but that toy stuffing is just so lovely to use. And you can see we've come back to that bit, and I'm just going to go past where I started just so that I've got that extra bit of stitch in there. But nice and steady, working your way around. And you'll do the same with the base. You'll do exactly the same thing, just sewing that in. I'm not going to bore you with that now, because I just think it'll go on forever just watching me sew in circles. So once you've got the base in, and again that will fold, you'll have that fold there that will just go over. If I put a pin in along there. So when you turn it through to the right side, you just want to you can use your little pokey tool, your useful tool, and just false that seam out. And you might want to just take it to the iron and give it a little press, just so that you've got a nice crisp. But you can do it by just rolling it, and you'll have the bottom on there as well. So you have a gap here then that you can stuff your cushion through, and then you sew up that gap. Now you probably would be better to sew that by hand, but again, if you want to take it to your machine, you can put it over your machine and just sew that end up. You can do that, and of course by sewing that together it forms a pocket as well. So you've got your pockets there and your lovely top like that, and that is really quite quick to do, I think, don't you?
Yeah.
It's not going to take long. And then of course you'll have some fun
Well, you've done
putting
it
things in
now,
your pocket.
Jane.
Yeah.
Because we chatted a bit.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, I know I'd done most of the prep on the top, but that doesn't take long once you've got those, because there's six jewels and a hexagon. It's not going to take you long to sew, and if you want to do it on your machine, it'll take even less time. And you've got all of this fabric left over. Yep. To do another one if you wish. You'll probably have to buy some more of your background fabric. 1/2 metre is what I used for the of our natural seeded.
But our plains are available
but
anyway.
You can use any plain, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And
do you know, even if you've got a bit of calico left over from your bags.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Because calico looks lovely with
it
Liberty.
It really does. It's that I wouldn't say distressed look exactly, but it's that.
It's sort of natural, isn't it? It's
yes,
sort of rusticy.
That's it.
So,
rustic rather than distressed.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that. My look is rustic.
Yes, I'm very rustic.
Yes.
Dishevelled. No, rustic. No, I'm rustic. I'm not dishevelled.
I thought I'd brushed my hair this morning, but clearly not. I could have right old mess.
So that's the blue Liberty, and then you've got your pink one. This is our bright one that we've done today, the bright. That's beautiful. And then you've got your 2 blues. So you've got the Emily Bell, which Natasha doesn't really want you to buy.
No, you can't have it.
But there's only like there's small amounts of the kits. There's only a few of each.
You can't justify it now, Jane. You've done it.
Sorry.
And loaded.
There we go.
You were so sheepish though when you spoke to me like,
Can I use this one?
Can we
Stroking
use
it
this
gently.
it is very, 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 very
Oh.
pretty.
There we go.
Thank you very much, Jane. It's
You're
me
welcome.
tomorrow. I have an idea what we're making.
Well, that's good. That's a good place to start.
Good place to start, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not
It'll be wonderful,
only
whatever it
100%
is.
yet, but I will get it there.
Yes. It'll be exciting.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nice when you've got a mystery.
I've got new weight cork tomorrow.
Ooh.
I'll tell you that much. And we're going to see if we can... I tell you what, this was inspired by someone that I met at the NEC
Yeah.
who had a lighter weight cork and had made one of our bags with a cork
Ooh.
as the whole, rather than just having it as the bottom part,
Yeah.
like
Right.
the whole bag.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, hang on a minute, I wonder if I can
Do that.
shenanigate a bit of that.
Yeah. Nice.
So we're going to give it a go. We're going to see what we can do.
Lovely.
And that's the idea there. So everybody, we will see you tomorrow. Jane, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I can see that half my my desk stuff is going to be
Tidied.
wending its way back into the other room, and I'll be sat there going,
Where is?
Where's this? Where's that? The art gallery fabrics we are limited on. Well, everything on today's show is limited, which is why it's the prices that they are. Please do grab them should you wish to have them. Yeah, just enjoy them really, because they're very, very beautiful, and the prices are even more stunning.
Fabulous.
Yeah, so enjoy. And we will see you tomorrow with, well, be a bit of a surprise, even for me, Jane.
It'll be exciting.
Yes, yes. So take care, everybody. Thank you ever so much for watching and booking our retreat and everything else. Can we call it a retreat if it's just a day? Workshop.
Yes. Workshop day, retreat.
Yes.
You're getting away from home. You don't have to think about anything else but sewing. It's a retreat, isn't it?
Nice. Yes.
Somebody's cooking for you.
Emphasis on treat,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect. Thank you very much. Details are on Facebook for our retreat, and I'm sure that we will pop it in newsletters and stuff at some point. So
Lovely.
take care, everybody. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.